What's up, everybody? It's Ant Walker of Sherdog.com. I'm here with the man himself, Shawne Merriman, Lights Out, who is going to be promoting the LXF 2 in Burbank on July 6th. So, Sean, thank you for taking the time out to speak with us today. I know you're a busy man. I know you're in the middle of some work right now. So,
Yeah.
definitely appreciate you cutting out the sliver of time for us. So Sean, what's it been like being on the promoter side, and why did you decide to become a promoter?
For me, I've been around the MMA space for the last 14 years of my life. I started to train between 2005 and 2006 during the off season when I was playing football with the Chargers. And then I just wanted to work on my hand-eye coordination, leverage, and conditioning, cardio. I just wanted to really get better with that, and I fell in love with the sport. So every off season, I would start to train more and train more and train more. But as we, kind of spoke about previously, I grew up in Prince George's County, Maryland, man. Fighting was a thing that happened frequently. And whether you wanted to or not, it was going to happen. It was kind of just the environment we were in at the time. But now with Lights Out, having a nickname like Lights Out in football, and now being able to promote Lights Out XF, Lights Out Extreme Fighting in the MMA space, it couldn't have worked out more perfect. And you're right, July 6th in at the Burbank Marriott Event Center, we got our Lights Out Extreme Fighting 2, LXF2 is going down.
Yeah, man. So definitely, as a native of the DMV, grew up in PG County as well. I can personally attest to everything that you're speaking of. I think I'm like 2 years older than you, so we grew up in the same era, and
That's right.
a lot of fun stories. I'm sure we can share with each other off air, man. So Sean, I definitely want to explore this promoter angle with you, because there's been so much talk about you competing,
Yeah.
and of course with your training, with your level of athleticism, everybody's curious as to what you'd look like as a fighter. But now stepping back and being a promoter, the logistics behind it, is it giving you a headache now? Is it driving you crazy?
No, it's not really work, right? Because Lights Out was the nickname I was given when I was 16 years old at Frederick Douglass High School in Upper Marlboro. I knocked out 4 guys in one game, and that nickname was given to me then.
I remember that.
But coming from where I come from, and now being able to promote and blow up a brand, right? I mean, you got your first passion and your love and your dreams come true by getting a chance to play in the NFL. But now you get a chance to promote and do things that you wanted to always do growing up. And right now, to be in a mixed martial arts space, I couldn't have asked for anything better as a post career.
All right. So what made you want to partner up with CFX instead of just kind of starting your own thing altogether?
Well, for one, for me, they had something going that was really, really good already, right? They had a great foundation. Any fighter can tell you in Southern California that CXF was the best show in town. And I quickly seen it about 2 years ago when I started going to the fights. My partner, Steve and George, they were the owners of CXF. And I came to them and I said, listen, this is a sport that I deeply love and have a great passion for. They had something great going. And when I came as a partner in the rebranding of Lights Out, which is a new company, Lights Out Extreme Fighting, I also got us, we got a platform with Fox Sports West and Prime Ticket, a TV platform, because a lot of these guys have already fought at the top ranks before. They've already fought at the highest level in other leagues, and now we're giving them an opportunity to get some more eyeballs on them. But they come out, they put on a great show. There's no holding back with these guys. They're fighting to relinquish their career. They're fighting to get back to where they once were. These guys got families to feed, and we're just happy to provide a platform to do so.
All right. So the long-term plans for LXF, is this something that you want to boost up to the level of a UFC or Bellator, or are you looking more so to establish yourself as a good feeder league in Southern California?
No, we want to be a premier league. Period. We want to be a premier league. There's nothing against. I work with Bellator. It's a great organization. Really good friends with Scott Coker. Obviously, UFC is UFC. The great promotion. The best out there to do it. Really, the league who, kind of carved out the way and really gave the blueprint for everyone else. But that doesn't mean we can't be a premier league. We have some great fighters. I got great partners. We're constantly sold out. We have great viewership on Fox Sports and Western Prime Ticket. We're actually expanding to more regions for this July 6th fight. So hopefully you guys get a chance to get it back home on some of those regions on the East Coast.
Okay. All right. Nice, man. So, as far as the card itself, man, what fights are you looking forward to the most? Because at heart, you are still a fan.
Yeah. And that you're right about that, man. It's you kind of got to separate the fact of loving the sport, and now you're just promoting the company, because really these guys are the ones who are going to go lay it out in the line, but you just want to make sure they get the eyeballs and people know that this fight is going down. So, if I was to have to say, the fight I'm looking for is Jack May versus Jay Silva, the big heavyweight fight. It's a bunch of great fights there. The guys are going to get after it, but me at heart, I'm always going to be a heavyweight. And these guys have been talking so much trash over social networks, over DM. Jay Silva hit me. He DM'd me the other day. He said, "Man, I'm going to crush this dude." And Jack May right after said, why is this dude even touching my belt? Because he's defending his title. He was doing a regular photo shoot, and he just had the belt. And he said, why are you letting this guy touch the belt? So this one to me is going to be a big one. We got Jared Papazian and AJ Bryant fighting. JJ Buckner, George, Savage man himself is going to fight. So we have a lot of guys that are going to go scrap and get after it.
Oh, nice, man. So, one name that I know probably holds a special place to you that's going to be featured on this card is the debut of Chris McCain, being a former Charger. Both of you having a connection between football and martial arts. So, what's it been like just watching him develop into now a debuting professional fighter?
I can't wait to see Chris McCain get after it. Obviously he played for the Chargers, for the Dolphins, the Saints, and the Colts, I believe, at some point in time. But he's one of the guys and one of many that's going to be transitioning over. I watched him train the other day. He's down with Antonio McKee down here south in OC, and he's getting after it. I mean, this guy is a complete animal, and his career was cut short. When I got done, I was 28 years old. I was 28 years old when I retired, and I had an 8-year career, which is a pretty long career in football. And when you're done, you want to still go get after it. You feel like you can still go and compete. So we're just offering guys a platform to be able to transition. So he'll be debuting on our July 6th card in Burbank. Another guy I talked to just recently, Royce White. From basketball, he's playing in the Big Three right now. You seen he had that scrap the other day with I think it was Josh Smith or whatever it was. He's another guy that I've been talking to. Just a great guy all the way around. But another one who I feel like it can really excel in this sport.
So of course I got to ask you, because everybody wants to know, is Shawne going to be jumping in the cage at some point? I know as a promoter, potential conflicts of interest there, but we've seen Ray Sefo step in there with World Series of Fighting. I saw you at Bellator 214, looking too big for it to even be legal to learn how to fight. but man, so we've seen a lot of people taking interest in this, and you've had call outs, Dave Bautista, Greg Hardy, and whatnot. Are you still considering jumping in there?
I am. And I train 4 or 5 days a week, and it's a part of my life, man. It actually keeps me going. It's my anchor, it's my balance, it's how I manage to do all the stuff that I'm doing, because mentally I can handle and do a lot. I know Dave Bautista, he's too busy making movies. I've seen Guardians of the Galaxy, right? It's a great movie. He's a really good actor. I would love to get him, but I know he won't. Greg Hardy's with another promotion. But Bobby Lashley decided to step up and say something about Dave Bautista, but no one asked him. But if he's really considering it, I'll consider it. If he is, but we have to do it in lights out extreme fight, and I wouldn't do it anywhere else.
Okay. All right. So Bellator, Rise, and everything else is off the table. It's got to be LXF.
Yeah, it'd be LXF for sure.
Okay. All right. So, as far as the legacy of NFL players making their way into mixed martial arts, I mean, that's probably the biggest level of curiosity for a lot of people. Have you had any conversations with Herschel Walker or Matt Mitrione or Brendan Schaub about this transition?
All of them. We've talked to all of them about it. Everyone you just named. Actually, Herschel was one of the ones who tried to push me into to fighting years ago. We had several conversations about it at the Bellator fights, and he did fantastic. He looked great at 40-something years old when he got in, and he promoted himself a little bit. So I'm like, hold on, am I getting pushed to a sport by Herschel Walker. He was like, Shawne, man, you get out, you'll kill these guys. You'll do this and you do that. You'll look great. And I said, hold on, I'm the promoter. That's what I do. I hype people up. But he's one of the ones. I had another great conversation with Matt Mitrione about it before. We've talked about it. And obviously Brendan Schaub he's killing it right now on so many different platforms. But the first time that I spoke with him about it was when I did his podcast on the Fighter and the Kid some time ago. But he's obviously making some big transition moves and killing the game right now. But I'm not against it. I'm not against it at all. It's just the opportunity. It's the because this how I feel about the sport. If you're not, this is not something you test out, right? You don't go and just test the waters. I'm gonna go see how this. No, you in it or you don't do it at all, because this is not the sport you go try and kind of put your toe in the pool and see the temperature. No, you jump in and make a big splash, or you don't do it at all. And I'm an all-in kind of a person.
All right, and of course we did talk about you fighting MMA, and it would only be in LXF, but that one bare knuckle thing is still lingering out there, and you were close to actually jumping into a bare knuckle fight. Is that something you would still consider, or is that phase kind of over with?
Yeah, not now. It was actually a kind of a one-off deal as a promotion for the company. As we just talked about, in growing up in PG County, I've had plenty of bare knuckle ones for free. A lot of those. So about time somebody was going to pay me for one, and I was going to fight Mike Bork. He, a little bit of an older guy, but still can go. He's a guy who was part of that pioneering the MMA thing a long time ago, King of the Cage, and so I felt like I had a pretty strong opponent coming out the gate, somebody who was official that I really could have went out and got the job done with. But right now that's off the table. I'm seeing some of these guys after these fights in bare knuckle. I don't have anything against it. I watched Paul Malignaggi fight against Artem Lobov. Some of these fights are brutal, man. Some of these fights are brutal, but I had no problem. I was ready to scrap.
Okay. All right, Shawne. Well, thank you once again for your time. Great talking with you, and best of luck for a successful event. LXF2 Saturday, July 6th, Fox Sports West.
In prime ticket. And these guys, if you want to get tickets, Lights Out XF. Go to Lights Out XF. If you're in the LA area, July 4th weekends, please come. We won't be able to sell tickets at the door. Last fight, we had to turn away over 100 people, and I felt really bad about that. So this time, people go to lightsoutxf.com. Get your tickets. It's going to be on.
All right. Thanks again, Shawne. Appreciate you.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.